About to start. Okay.
Assalamualaikum and good day. My name Muhammad Hazmin Mansur, matric number B09191047C. Okay, today we will do a video presentation for HVAC system split unit. Our lecturer is Dr. Zulkarnain. I will cover the introduction. The introduction for this assignment is split unit air conditioner is one of the air conditioning system and suitable for installation in home and office. This unit can separate two main parts. First part we call it indoor and the second part we call it outdoor. The system to process removing heat and controlling the humidity of air in an enclosed space to achieve a more comfortable interior environment. Important to choose the appropriate aircon capacity before buying the unit, because the selection of the correct capacity can save electricity consumption and unit can perform maximum cooling. To choose the best AC unit, important to know the square foot of the room. Indoor unit can capable of providing number in British thermal unit. There are two types of split unit. The first is non-inverter. Non-inverter commonly used to describe basic air conditioning unit. This system have a lower grade for energy. This unit available 20 years ago, non-inverter were more economical and can still be seen in many houses. The second type is inverter. Inverter unit developed to climate temperature. This unit use variable speed to help control the equipment compressor. Starting at a low speed, inverter system operate it use less power at first, then gradually increase until it reach maximum capacity. The next slide I will pass to my member.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and good morning. My name is Muhammad Shazwan Zulmi and I will present about the method and data. Okay, for the air conditioner system, we have choose the split air conditioning. In this system, they are divided into two systems, which is the inverter unit and the non-inverter unit. Based on our investigation, we have found a few questions that can be related with our main topic. So the first question is what is the performance difference between the two units? The second is the efficiency between these two units. The third question is the difference between an inverter unit and a non-inverter unit. And the fourth is the electric cost between the units. And the fifth is the pros and cons of having an inverter and a non-inverter unit. So this is the question that will be answered by my friends in the next slide. Thank you. Aku kena present lagi kan ni?
Assalamualaikum. My name is Tanvir Rahman. Today I'll talk about the result and analysis of our presentation topics. Without a doubt, choosing between an inverter and non-inverter AC can be challenging. You need to consider several factors. However, for some consumers, knowing the advantage and disadvantage is not enough. Let us dig further. Efficiency. As an inverter, aircon controls the compressor speed and changes the temperature as required. The inverter air con is a more likely choice for when you need to save the electricity, as its limit energy consumption. The way a non-inverter type function can cause excessive and unnecessary use of energy. Here is a simple calculation, and we calculate the coefficient of performance of inverter and non-inverter AC. Inverter AC has the high coefficient performance, and non-inverter has the low coefficient. Next is performance. The inverter air con is more flexible unit due to the controlled compressor system. It will adjust the temperature we get set for the room and adjust the process based on that thermostat sense. Usually makes inverter air cons in terms of performance as a non-inverter air cons operate on fixed level cooling power. Generally, though, both inverter and non-inverter air cons do a fine job cooling room, so your discussion should take other factors in the consideration. Cost. Due to the operational method of the inverter, its compressor does not work at its full capacity all time. When the speed is lower, the net energy is lower too, and you pay less money for electricity. The bottom Next slide, please. Here is the another calculation, and we calculate the RM per month and also per year. For inverter AC, we get that we have to pay per month around 503 ringgit. On the other hand, non-inverter AC, we get around RM 549 ringgit per year. In a bottom line of this analysis and result is the non-inverter air conditioner units might be little less expensive when you compare to the inverter air conditioner units, but they are less reliable and more expensive to maintain and manage. Inverter units are the latest in their air conditioning technology that use inverters to control the speed of the compressor, thereby eliminating frequent on-off cycles, which eventually increase efficiency, thereby increase the lifespan of the components of inverter AC unit. While the initial cost may be get little higher against the non-inverter units, the high expensive is an offset against energy consumption, which makes them the most preferred choice of our air conditioning units. That's all. Now I am passed to my friend to continue the presentation. Muhammad Shahjan. Sorry,
Sorry,
Muhammad Sufyan.
it's Muhammad Sufyan. Alright, thank you, Tanvir. My name is Muhammad Sufyan bin Mazlan. My ID matrix number B01910389. So I will continue the presentation. So here's a few comparison between inverter and non-inverter. There are five, which is the compressor, condenser, evaporator, blower, fan motor, and air filter. The compressor for the inverter are using variable speed compressor, while the non-inverter are using fixed speed compressor. As for the condenser fan motor, the inverter regulate its speed accordingly, but the non-inverter turn on and off abruptly. As for the evaporator, the inverter are rapid cooling and the non-inverter are slow cooling. For the blower fan motor, it has high airflow and the non-inverter has low airflow. For the air filter, inverter unit are using multiple air filters such as HEPA filter, carbon filter, blue filter, and blue filter, while the non-inverter are using normal air filter. Next slide, please. So here's a few factors affect the energy consumption, which is the type of air conditioner, whether we use the inverter unit or non-inverter, the atmospheric temperature, size of the room, so that we know the cooling capacity needed for the room. The higher the size of the room, the higher the cooling capacity needed. Then the running hours, for how many hours we run our aircon unit. Fan mode, when we use fan mode, we can preserve more energy. Energy efficient ratio and energy star rating, we can know when we want to, before we want to buy our unit. It is stated in the detail of the product, and the higher the energy efficient ratio, the lower energy consumption use. Electrical equipment, the higher the number of electrical equipment in a room, then the higher heat generate and cause the higher higher power consumption. Next slide, please. Here's a few common problem with air conditioner between the inverter and non-inverter, such as the aircon is not turning on, air conditioning is not blowing cool air conditioner freezing up outside unit, refrigerant leak. Refrigerant leak may happen when the installation are done. Unit noisy, if the unit are not well maintained. Frozen evaporator coil, if there any what we say, if there any leak or what we say, sumbat leak. Next, electric control failure, water leak, if the unit are too dirty, or the drainage pipe problem, and the sensor coil problem. Next. So, in conclusion, every system has their own pro and cons. The power consumption used are based on the few criteria as been discussed. There is slightly different between inverter unit and non-inverter unit. As an installer, we should be wise in suggesting the best system for the user based on their usage. Other than that, we also should recommend the best energy star rating in order to preserve energy and power consumption. Last but not least, a proper installation should be done in order to avoid damage to the unit. So that's all from me. Thank you.